How do you spot ineffective communication? Are you somebody who tends to put other people's needs ahead of your own? Maybe you believe that that's what gives you significance in life. Maybe you feel guilty about putting yourself ahead of other people. Or are you somebody who is just trying to avoid conflict, who is looking for social acceptance and putting other people's needs ahead of your own only in being agreeable, but then not following through? Hi, I'm Dr. Sharon Grossman, and today we're going to talk about the difference and the commonalities between passive communication and passive-aggressive communication. So just to give you a sense, I am a psychologist, a coach, and a speaker, and so I do a lot of communication training with people. And I think this is a really important point to really get your mind wrapped around. One of the things that I like to teach about communication is that it is really about needs, and it's about our beliefs about needs and the importance of our needs versus our beliefs about the needs of other people. So people who tend to be passive really come from the standpoint where they believe that their needs are less important than someone else's. So it makes sense that they would put somebody else's needs ahead of their own, that they would passively give up what they want in order to please the other person. So they're approaching the situation from a lose-win sort of perspective. They believe that in order for the other person to be happy, they have to sacrifice themselves. However, this doesn't work because over time, that person who's not getting their needs met is building up resentment. They might hope that with time, the other person is going to reciprocate and help them meet their needs. But chances are that if you are passive, you are interacting with somebody who's probably more aggressive. And by that, what I mean is somebody who's aggressive has a belief that their needs are more important than those of other people. And so you can see how those two kinds of people would get along well. If I believe that your needs are more important than mine, and my goal in life is to please you, and your goal is to get your needs met and have everybody else please you, then those two pieces of the puzzle go well together. But over time, I'm going to build up resentment that I'm not getting my needs met, and so I might lash out at you. I might get so frustrated that I finally say something from a perspective of frustration. And because you believe that your needs are more important than mine, you're not going to give me what I want just because I'm frustrated. So chances are I'm going to end up feeling guilty for having lashed out at you, and that guilt leads me back into wanting to please you to kind of overcompensate. Now let's talk about somebody who's passive aggressive. That kind of individual actually believes that they're more important, but they are so focused on avoiding conflict that they don't want to directly tell you what they think. They're more likely to say yes, but actually mean no. So they're essentially being inauthentic. Now what happens is a very short-term view of things. Again, they're coming at it from the perspective of only one of us can win. So it's really a win-lose sort of interaction where I have to focus on me. That means that I can't do what you want because only one of us can win. But I really don't want to tell you that. So I will keep it to myself, tell you exactly what you want to hear, and then maybe I'll sabotage the situation, maybe I'll procrastinate, maybe I will be late, maybe in some subtle way I'll get back to you, and that's my way of letting you know I actually didn't really want to do this thing. Now, why I say it is a very short-term view is because if my goal is to avoid conflict, and what I'm doing is telling you yes when I really mean no, and then I don't follow through, guess what's going to happen? That person's going to come back and we're going to have conflict down the road. They're going to come back and follow up and say, hey, what happened? You said you were going to do this thing and it never happened. So if you really want to avoid conflict, you need to figure out how to communicate assertively about what you really mean, what you really want, and what you are capable of doing for other people. This really requires you to be aware of yourself and to feel confident and empowered to stand up for what you believe in. So I hope this was helpful. And if you've got any questions about where you are and how to assess that, or if you know where you're at in terms of your communication style, but you want some more tips about how to improve and be a little bit more assertive and more effective, feel free to leave me some comments below, and I look forward to chatting with you again next time. Take care.